Tim, are there any areas that the Browns you think should have addressed that they didn't address, and what do you make of that? That whole, the areas they didn't address.
Yeah, I think edge rusher is the one that kind of sticks out. I'm looking right now at the draft, how it kind of played out the first round. After Greg Newsome goes off the board, you have 4 of the final 5 picks in the first round were edge rushers. And I think that was kind of the worry area where some of those guys would go. Joe Tryon going early hurt, Peyton Turner going early hurt, and then, going later into the second round, obviously JOK still on the board. It's understandable why they went ahead and got him. But then, more guys came off. And I think by the time Joseph Osai came off in the third round, I think maybe the top guys they would have liked to have at that position were gone, in which case they kind of moved to different positions. I do agree edge rusher was a need, but I think with Takk McKinley, with Jadeveon Clowney, you at least got some 1-year stopgaps before you go into 2022. And I did a look already at 2022, and I know this is a year down the road, but this is potentially a very good defensive end edge rusher class, particularly, in the Big Ten. You got Zach Harrison of Ohio State, Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan, who until he opted back into college football, he opted out of the draft. I thought he could have been a first-round possibility. I love his ability, and I think he's going to be fun to watch in 2022. There's others I like, particularly in the Pac-12, Kayvon Thibodeau of Oregon, Drake Jackson out of USC. There's plenty of edge rushers there for them if they need to go for one. If Takk McKinley and Jadeveon Clowney are around for 2022, maybe that's the time you target that position.
Yeah, and the other thing is we had talked about the edge rushers that were in that draft in 2021, the one that was just completed, not the one you were previewing. They all had some sort of issue. Ojulari had a knee issue then that came up late, and there were other guys that didn't. He's too heavy. He can't put on the weight. He can't bend. There wasn't a guy that really kind of jumped out, and all of them had some warts, if you will, that probably didn't make him as appealing as Newsome and JOK were.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, none of these guys went top 15. It's rare when you don't have a pass rusher go that high, especially considering the premium that's on that position. But you're right. I mean, there's a question mark with each of these guys. And just considering maybe more sure things at corner, I wonder who they would have gone for if JOK doesn't fall to 52 and then the Browns trade out. But do they go for the edge there? Do they go for Joseph Osai and really fill out the position? So I think it's just kind of how it fell out. Again, it's hard to say no to defensive playmakers at positions of need like Newsome and JOK. It's hard to say no to those guys, but I think an edge rusher would have been a really good way to complete this class.
Yeah, and we're talking about a guy that's probably 4th in the rotation, so that'll tell you how far the roster has advanced. We're nitpicking with a guy that would play behind 3 other edge rushers.